Well, this time of year it can be kind of easy with plastics. This time I just got this one on a tube, just pulling it around the boat. And it's about 3.5 pounds, nothing, fantastic. We're looking for better, but this is a good way to get started today. We got northeast winds today. Looks like we got more northeast winds this weekend, maybe going into the weekend. And apparently that's not making that big of a difference because they're mild. We got mild cold fronts coming through. So look for some stability, look for some fun fishing this weekend. In this St. Clair Bass fishing report, we have amazing coverage of the lake from the farthest point south to the farthest point north. The lake is presenting us with plenty of bass in plenty of locations, but the average size has been low. You could have a 100 fish day, though, by throwing hard jerk baits all day and catching males. One of the best zones for size has been from Metro Beach to the Clinton River Cutoff. The cabbage is taking a long time to mature and giving us an extended opportunity here. There was no issue finding spawning beds from Ford's Cove down through Windmill Point. The majority were occupied by males. Many females were caught roaming in the open. What was the bait catching the biggest bass? 4-inch tubes. Specifically, these two, 4-inch sweet green and 4-inch triple threat. My partner, Eric, was steady with the presentation while I was doing what I always do, testing the bite out every which way I can. The result is shown best in this photo. On the right, small male caught on a moving presentation. On the left, a large female caught with a slow-moving 4-inch tube. Water quality is a little off due to storms that came through a couple days before. It was clear to 3 feet in most places, and the stain was a green algae stain, not brown. In spite of the on and off again east winds, I expect there will be a little better clarity over the weekend. As we get into the Anchor Bay trip, just a reminder that there will be a bucket load of actual water temps brought in at the end of this video. The tour around Anchor Bay turned out to be a largemouth festival. We did explore at least 5 dedicated smallmouth areas in the bay at Selfridge, but struck out. The smallmouth are in the bay, but we bypassed most of the known areas to look for new water. Here's why this is good news. My motto is there is no such thing as bad information. Knowing where the largemouth are can be key to finding the smallies. Here's the combat bass fishing methodology. In lake-related areas at this time of year, I'll start on the shallow, sandy smallmouth zone, then cross over the first drop-off where there will probably be a line of cabbage with largemouth. As I pass over the weed line, catch a few largemouth, then get to the outside edge of the weed line and find the smallies. Rinse and repeat. The water temps were just a bit low yet, so I suspect the smallies will be making their move in closer now. We found a school of Anchor Bay smallmouth on a seawall corner, but they were not aggressive. The water temp was 55 degrees there. Eventually, we made our way to Fisher Bay where we stumbled onto an aggressive school of largemouth, saw some roaming smallies, then ran out of time to explore further. The water temps here were very favorable, so let's get to that. These water temps were taken on Tuesday and Wednesday, and while they should be slightly warmer this weekend, they should still be relative to what you see here. We found some bulrushes greening up in the north end of Anchor Bay, plus some new growth milfoil further south. After any storms, safety is a real thing. We found several pieces of floating wood like this. I also spotted what I thought was a half sheet of floating plywood. Turned out to be a large piece of foam rubber that was fast making its way towards shore. Well, It's this time of year on Lake St. Clair. God bless and good fishing.